I'm just waiting for everyone to come in. Hi everybody, how are you? Welcome to the ADRP Christmas live, or what we're calling our end of year. It's not really our end of season. Brett and I discussed that the other day, and we've seen a couple of lives go through that people have said that it's the end of season, but it's actually not, and it's not even mid-season because we don't have a break. So welcome to our live.
End of year live, not end of season live.
Yeah, cool.
Awesome. All right. Hi guys. Hopefully we're coming through loud and clear, crisp and sharp. This is again part of the new software that we're going to be using through 2017. Those of you might have noticed yesterday on both of our private pages, Nick and I had a couple of tests of this new Be Live software, and we had a chat with Scotty from Street Machine magazine. Very informal, just all we were doing was testing some of the audio. We found a couple of glitches that hopefully we'll be able to pass on to the guys because we're doing a little bit of beta testing for them. So one of the cool things it's going to be is, obviously you can see here today we've got the Christmas surround and hopefully giving you a Christmas cheer. But the main reason we were so keen on this was Nick noticed that a couple of months ago was offered that we could look at it. It's the ability to have a split screen. So like you've got the two of us here today, you'll actually have me and whoever it is that we're interviewing anywhere in the world up on the screen. So as a few people have given me plenty of stick about my collar this year, a few people have given me stick about looking at the back of my head while we're talking to racers and people involved in the industry. So this is going to give us the ability to just have two cameras live merged into one frame, and hopefully you guys will enjoy that next year.
Something that I'm also doing right now that I haven't actually spoken to Brett much about before we went live is that I've also got YouTube happening live at the moment as well. So I'm just going to have a look at how that works after we finish this live today on Facebook. So there you go.
Okay.
So before we get into our top 10 highlights of 2016, we just wanted to touch base on a couple of things. Oh, look out, there's a hat change. Just want to touch base on a couple of things that we feel are really important to highlight to you guys, aside from our top 10. So as all of you know, we've basically went through the entire year with two different series happening. And we just want to say thank you to both of those series for really embracing what Brett and I do, utilising our services. We had support from both teams this year. We really did when it come to things like the Grand Prix display that we did. We had Morris Allen and Tony Whitlock and the guys at Willowbank snap really quickly get us an insurance policy that was basically needed at 11:30 the night before we did the display. So thanks so much to you guys, for all of the 400 Thunder help that we got, and also to the guys at Andra. They've really, they grabbed hold of us when we started to do our display at Maguire's Motorex. We had an email from Jen that basically said if we can help you in any way, let us know. So we handed out a lot of stuff that pertained to Andra at that particular display, and they've really touched base with us over the last couple of months. So it's been something that we've really felt that both series have supported us quite well this year in our new business. So thanks, guys.
Now, the first hat, the Christmas hat, was for the crazy Mark Davison. Told me I had to wear a Santa hat, and this one would be for Mark Mariani. I didn't pop it on the other day when we were switching hats around. So, Mark, thanks so much for having us support your team this year, and we're looking forward to being up there on January 21 to help you make the best of the corporate hospitality that you're going to be providing your sponsors. So that's really awesome.
Hi, Phil.
There you go. All right, guys. I'm going to glance to my right a little bit today because my short-term memory is not the world's best. Nick's covered the fact that we really love the both 400 Thunder / now IHRA and Andra embracing what we do. It is all about just hashtag making drag racing great again. That's what we want to do. That's what I think all of us want to do. So we've got to lock arms and move forward. Yeah, there's lots of angst about whether it's right, wrong, which team you're on. At the end of the day, we're all on the drag racing team. So let's build that, put the political side of it aside and let that work itself out, and we'll just drag race, hey? That'd be cool. All right, so where are we up to? We are talking about, look, Nick, I know, wants to give a shout out to a few social media exponents from drag racing teams, guys that are working within teams, doing the social media for their team, have embraced what we've offered them, have asked us for help, and really picked it up and run with it. So, Nick, if you want to talk about a few of those guys.
Thank you. I just want to give, if you're looking for social media for your team and you're stuck on where to go and who can maybe mentor you, or you can get a little bit of some ideas and a little bit of advice from, I would say touch base. He's going to kill me here. Touch base with Brett Riley from Wayne Daly Motorsports team. He does a phenomenal job. He only sort of got really stuck into it around the winters, I think, is when he and I touch base, and he's really doing an awesome job. Nikki Day is another person that's really grabbed hold of it. They're a motorbike team from Queensland, so grab hold of them. We can't not mention Damien Muscat because he's social. Like he will ring us, but it feels like the middle of the night, but it's not. But he will ring us and say, "I've just done this video, check it out." So he's really excited about how social media has changed the way that he highlights what they do to not only their their audience and their fans, but also their sponsors as well, which is awesome.
And anybody who throws a leg over a Nitro Harley, mate, you can do whatever you like on social. I'm good with that.
And who we could not have this part of our live without actually mentioning Rochelle Splat. I mean, seriously, she set up her page. What was it, Rochelle? You'll mention in the comments below, but I think it was March of this year. She set up her page and she's now got 20,000 followers just because, she's real. She does social media.
Puts herself
she
out there
might
every
not
day.
get it right every time. I'm still trying to convince her maybe to do some more live, so we'll get there, chick. But grab hold of what they're doing, and it's not about doing it perfectly. I think a lot of people say, how do I do it exactly? It's not an exact science. Just have a go. If you get it wrong, pivot and try another way. So really awesome to you guys for having a go. If I've forgotten anybody, I'm really sorry. There's a lot of you that I have noticed that are doing an exceptional job. So keep at it. Keep your page clean, because that's something that I did a short video about the other day. But go for it. If you have any questions whatsoever, ask away. That's what we're here for.
Cool. Next hat. Oh, that's a good look.
Look like a Mountie.
Flat caps don't suit anybody in this family, but this one's for Elfie and Newlon. We were very fortunate to assist with Newlon and the Born This Way promotion that the Sharkers did, and we were very grateful for their support. Speaking of support, we want to thank everybody who supported us this year. A lot of people have phoned, emailed, texted, just really supported what we're doing and trying to get drag racing to move forward. We all know that it's the greatest sport in the world, and we want to tell everybody about it. So that's what you guys are doing. That's what we want to do. And I think just before we get into our top 10, the last thing I'd want to say is that our 4 kids have had to put up with some online stuff about us when we go out there and we be a little bit edgy. We may not always say what you want to hear, but I can guarantee one thing: we always tell you the truth, and that's what we're trying to instill in our kids. So I think that's what drag racing needs to be, is the truth, and the truth is good enough.
Yeah,
so,
just remember, if you have a dig about somebody else, publicly, and sometimes we've done the same thing and it's been in a group, which is quite different because it's private. But if you're having a dig about somebody in drag racing, just remember that their families see it. And let's try and clean up the act overall. Let's do this. We can really do this in 2017. Before we get into the top 10, so Brett, I want to say a quick hi to really special people that have gone through so much this year, and that would be, I can't say it, Kylie and Gary Tanner. Much love to you guys. You know that the whole drag racing world, not only in this country, but all over, is 100% behind you guys getting well again and maybe moving forward, getting back into that car.
Don't whisper. It's all good. All right. So without Nicole's favourite saying that I say, without further ado, let's talk about what we believe are the top 10 exciting things that happened this year in Australian drag racing. I know there was a heap of stuff happened overseas, and one of our things sort of slightly touches on the US, but it's very Aussie based. But we're talking about Australian drag racing. Thanks to Imprint for the awesome science behind us. So, all right.
Let's start at number 10.
We'll start at number 10.
Cool. So, number 10 is Swan Hill. Congratulations, guys. Such a phenomenal effort. Also bringing in the team from Whyalla, but an amazing effort. You know, you guys had a dream. You stood fast or stood true to that dream, and you made it happen. Yep, the first event was rained out. It was really sludgy and muddy up there, so good call on that one. The event that we went to, the very first event, couldn't speak highly enough of it. Yep, no, I didn't personally race, so I wasn't on the track, but I tell you what, the things that I noticed are things like the fact that the food was amazing and it was inexpensive, the fact that every single person that was on the team, no matter whether they were from Whyalla or Swan Hill, it didn't matter. Every single person spoke to us. They said hello. They didn't necessarily know who we were.
With a smile on their face.
But seriously, it makes such a difference to go to a track where not only do you feel as though you're having a good time, but the staff actually know that everybody else there are their customers, and they greet them no matter who they are. So that was awesome. Good stuff. All
right. Number 9. The Nitro Up North, put together by Scotty McLean and the Darwin Racetrack. Second year, Phil Lamartina had a lot to do with it the first year, but of course, unfortunately, the deal was actually sealed at the Winters, only a few hours before Phil's fateful crash. So it was awesome to see the Lamartina back for the second reprise, the second round of the Nitro Up North, and of course, with young Aaron in the seat, showing that he's much more than just a talented tuner, but also a very talented driver. So that was very, very cool at number 9.
Wow, number 8. Okay, so the Aussie Invasion of NHRA, basically. It was a funny month or so when sort of all of the Aussie teams started racing NHRA in abundance. It was crazy, wasn't it? And we contacted a couple of teams over there and did some fantastic... Quite fitting.
US.
Did some fantastic Facebook Lives with a couple of the guys over there, but I'm going to let Brett refer to everybody who was there. Cool. A special mention to the Tucker family. Seriously, guys, could not be more thankful for the fact that you supported our business, whacked a decal on the car, and it got a lot of coverage. So seriously, we couldn't be more thankful to you guys for doing that. Thank you so much.
So the Aussie Invasion, I mean, it was pretty amazing. The Rapisada Autosport International have been over there multiple times. I think everybody knows the story of they went over there for supposedly one round, which turned into 2, which turned into 3, which turned into the rest of the season. So, it was sometimes, what's the saying, that familiarity breeds contempt, and sometimes we sort of think, oh, yeah, it's just Rapisada's doing it again. But, I mean, it was just an outstanding, amazing effort for them for the end of the NHRA season.
Great stuff, Noobs, by the way.
Yeah, poor old Noobs had to fly home and left his seat open for Larry, and Larry did a reasonable job of looking after it, and then Noobs hopped back in. So, the thing that really caught my eye about the Aussie Invasion was the last couple of rounds. 3 Nitro funny cars with either Australian roots or flown from Australia or gone from Australia. The Russo family have made a permanent base over there, Peter and Helen. They've got a Nitro funny car over there that they've been running on and off, and they missed their, if my numbers are right, I'm sure someone will correct me, I think they missed their first 3-second pass by less than 600ths. So an amazing effort by them to get the car into such a competitive position in NHRA. Of course, the other one was the Bailey brothers Nitro funny car out of Perth. Anthony Begley behind the wheel. The guys were great. They talked to us on Facebook Live. They chatted with us all the time, kept us updated so we could keep you as updated as we could. And then, of course, Rob Schwab, ex-Aussie, expat Aussie, you call him what you will, living in America, had a nasty accident a while back. Those of you would be able to Google him if you don't know the story behind his very nasty nitro funny car fire. Got a seat for hire, if that makes sense. Had a rockstar driver in there, and they've been testing, and I expect good things out of them in 2017. So that was 3 nitro funny cars from Australia, a top fuel nitro entry from Australia at Posadas. The Tuckers, as Nick's already touched on, Shane's banging away. We've hoped to have an exclusive interview with him very early in 2017.
Might be after his New Year's Eve.
Yeah, it won't be too early based on his Facebook antics at the moment. But some exciting news about what they're doing. The Rob Tucker Racing camp. Everyone on Facebook would have seen some awesome stuff happening there. Another expat, Matty Leonard, over there running an altered, an amazing living the dream experience. We hope to catch up with him again early next year as well. And Matty Forbes going over there. It's not enough to drive 3 cars in this country. He thought he'd fly to the other side of the world and have a go against the world's best, and held himself in pretty good stead just by the way. So I'm sure I've missed a couple of other Aussies that would have been there and having a crack, but if anyone wants to let me know, that'd be awesome. They're the ones we were able to connect with, and they reached out to us, so we were really grateful for that, and just super happy about how Australia is taking it to the world.
I'm going to let you do number 7 and number 6 because they're more technical, and those of you who know us quite well, I am more social media than the technical side of drag racing, so I'm going to throw to this guy again.
Oh, cool. All right. I'm surprised Nick's thrown me Larry Dixon.
Sorry, Larry.
Super hottie. Larry, everybody who's had the good fortune of meeting Larry knows what an amazing man he is. We were lucky enough to interview him a few times throughout the year, working with 400 in the bottom end at the Winters. He's just an amazing guy. We catch up on Twitter a little bit, and to have him here in the country, he's a world champ. He's as good as it gets when it comes to driving these cars. He's got a great relationship with RAI. What did he run? He ran 452, which is only 200ths off the record that he set, I think, last year when he turned the year before when he turned the car round and round. So that was very cool to have Larry out here at the Winters. He also that 452 was in the semi, and he went on and won the Winters. So that's the quality of this man, and hopped out the bottom end and gave us an interview that anyone would be proud to take, and then went and celebrated with his crew. So that was very cool. A big shout out to Larry. We hope to see you again in 2017, mate. The number 6. I'm not sure how I got the technical side of this, but I think it was more up Nick's alley, to be honest, because it was social media gold. Not Australian, so I do reprise what I said at the start of the show, but Tim McAmus's window licking tard was one of the great moments in sporting history. Social media gold. It went viral. Everybody was using it as a catch call and a saying for months within the drag racing industry here. Behind the hilarity of it, sadly, there's a lot of honesty, and we need to make sure that we're putting our best foot forward out there, and we're doing the very best we can to protect ourselves and protect the guy in the other lane and put a good show on. So that was number 6, Mr. McAmus's window licker.
Okay, so number 5 is Rochelle Splat. Brett contacted Rochelle. I can't remember. Rochelle could probably let us know around when.
Jan Feb.
We'd just done a couple of things. We'd done the Grand Prix, and we'd done
March.
social for 400 at Santos Super 3 at Willowbank. And we got home, and Brett contacted Rochelle because there was so much chatter online about whether she'd purchased a car or not. And we just thought, you know what? Let's go straight to the source. So we contacted her, and Brett had a really good chat with her, and we basically developed a fantastic relationship. And Rochelle said, "Yeah, come out and have a look as soon as it arrives." So the morning that the transporter arrived at the house and they got the car unloaded, we went out and had a look at it out to her place. Look, it was just a phenomenal experience. Probably for both of us, knowing that the Queen of Speed was coming back to drag racing. She's really gotten everything together. She's putting all of the pieces in place, and I'm sure that over the next month or so, she's going to have some more announcements of her own. But I think that's definitely number 5. So Rochelle purchasing the Top Fuel Dragster, purchasing her transporter, and announcing that she was returning to racing. So that was a really big highlight in Australian drag racing.
Not to mention her awesome showing on our stand at the Motor-X display in Melbourne here was a great unveiling of the new car wrapped by Imprint. So, number 4, again, out of the Santo Rapisada Autosport International Camp, Damien Harris, Winter Nationals, 336.99 miles an hour for the second fastest pass in the world's history at that time, and probably still is, losing to Larry Dixon in the semi. So, an amazing effort by Damien, incredible numbers out of the tuning by the 2 young Rapisada boys. It's as fast as it gets. I know Goodyear is starting to get a little stressed around the 330 plus mile an hours that are coming out, so it'll be interesting to see what this year's season holds for those sort of numbers.
Cool. Well, we're almost there, so we're on to number 3. So number 3 to us really was the Brays announcing that they were returning to drag racing full-time. And full-time, when Victor was talking to Brett before these 2 went live, Victor said full-time for us is we won't be home for 40 weekends of the year. So to take on something so big and really commit to the team and their new sponsor, as well as their other minor sponsors, it's simply incredible. And we're going to be releasing something early in the new year about what it actually takes to secure a sponsor when you're looking for big dollars. So congratulations to the Brays on making such a huge commitment. Stay in touch with their Facebook page, because I know that they're announcing things oncoming about what their calendar will look like. So congratulations to Victor, Ben, Marie, and Ben's wife is Sam. So good on you guys. Congratulations. We're really looking forward to seeing what's going to happen in 2017 for you guys.
Awesome. Another hat change.
Thanks, stuck with this.
All right. Number 2, we were lucky enough to head up to Sydney Dragway in July. Thank you. For some private testing by the Moitz racing team. The unveiling of the black car was the predominant reason that we were there, and of course they had the 10.5 car there because they can. Yeah. Couldn't thank the Moitz nearly enough for their hospitality, their assistance, their openness, speaking to us, telling us everything that we could possibly ask from them. When I said to Paul, what can we shoot, what can't we shoot, the only instruction we got was make sure you stay out of the crew's way. They've got a job to do, and you guys can do anything you want other than get in the way. And we couldn't thank Paul and the boys highly enough for that. Out of that came a 10.5 world record at 586, 255 miles an hour. Anyone who's seen Paul drive that orange car knows he drives the wheels off it. It's an incredible car, and I'm sure a lot of us want to see it in the Extreme Outlaw Andra bracket this coming year, and anything else where it can get amongst some fast cars and show what its true potential is. Yeah. The black car, those who have seen it in the flesh, photos honestly don't do it justice. It is ridiculously beautiful. And sadly, he put it in the wall on the very last pass. Of course, it was the last pass he crashed it, but it was actually the last pass they were going to make for the day anyway. There was some discussion as to whether they were going to make it or weren't going to make it. And the decision was taken to run, and the rest of it, as they say, is history. Of course, this wasn't before we saw it go 5:58 at 260 51 miles an hour. And I don't think that's the pass that holds it, but it is still either the fastest or second fastest doored car over a quarter mile in the world. Paul, if you can clear that up for me, that'd be great. And obviously we hope to see that out very, very shortly. I haven't had an update recently on it, so that'll be something we'll chase up in the early new year for you. And I think number one I will leave to Nicole because it's Christmas. Number one we'll leave to Nicole because she adores this guy, adores this team,
yep.
And it was a huge thing for us. Went viral for us. Went viral for 400 Thunder. We were doing the work for them at the time.
Letting the cat out of the bag.
But over to Nicole.
We have not seen anybody celebrate like this in a long time. We weren't sure whether we should take this video down or not, but we left it there and we got a lot of awesome feedback. So the number one highlight of 2016 in drag racing for us was actually John Connolly celebrating his pass, or Brett can get into the technical side again, but
his world record,
yep.
Fastest funny car, quickest funny car anywhere, alcohol funny car anywhere in the world.
Yeah, just
at
to watch
5:35 at the Winters.
To watch his sheer emotion, him coming towards Brett when we just went live, and saying what did I run, and Brett had to wait for me to actually get down the bottom of the track and get close enough so you guys could actually see John's reaction, and then for Brett to tell him and John react the way he did was just fantastic. It was raw, and that's what we don't see enough of in this sport. People sort of seem to hold back a little bit too much now, which
John doesn't hold back.
No, and it was just phenomenal to see the way that the crew come down and to talk to Kirst later on in the day, and it was just fantastic. So that would be the number one highlight for us. Do you have anything to say about that?
Yeah, look, I mean, as Nick said, trying to not tell John Connolly and those who know John well, it was a big effort not to tell him. He was fairly forward in wanting to know what he'd run. He knew he'd run a decent number and he was looking forward to that. I had to string him out until Nicole got there, and those of you who have seen the video, or if you haven't, I'm sure it's on.
Well, I'm going to put it back up.
You're going to pop it back up.
Maybe with a little bit of bleeping. I'll try my best.
We'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
But yeah, pure raw emotion. That's what this sport has got. It is the angriest, most dangerous, most entertaining show on the planet, and it was awesome to see John do that and to be a part of sharing that with him. The bear hug and the group kiss I'm not so sure about, but the rest of it was pretty cool. All right, well, I think that's about it. Sorry, that's about it from us today. We would just want to wish everyone the world's best Christmas and Happy New Year. It's going to be a mad January. We've got the Santos race at Willowbank on the 7th. Stepping back a sec, sorry, I think there's the Larry Larson Armageddon up there as well in the leading days. Check Willowbank's Facebook page and website for those dates. But the 400 Thunder on the 7th, then down to Sydney on the 21st for another Santos summer one-dayer at Sydney Dragway. And following weekend, you've got the Nationals at Calder Park, Andra premium event, a lot of chatter about who's going to be there, who's not going to be there. I think it's going to be a pretty awesome show. So make sure you get on to all of those events if they're in your local area or if you can travel. And I think the following weekend is Perth. So again, I haven't checked my calendar. I haven't got those dates. We were concentrating hard on trying to remember our top 10. So it's going to be a big start to the season, or start to the year, sorry, as Nick said earlier, and a continuation of the season. But be safe, go fast, Merry Christmas, and we will see you in the new year. Thank you for all your support, and we can't wait to make drag racing great again.
Cheers guys.
Ciao.